Hello everyone, welcome to episode 9 of the 3 by the Sea Designs podcast. My name is Kim and I'm 1/3 of 3 by the Sea Designs with my mom Dreama and my sister Becky. We have an online Etsy shop where we sell handmade project bags and stitch markers and occasionally other fun goodies. So welcome to episode 9. You can find all of our contact information in the description box below. We're on Etsy as 3 by the Sea Designs, and we're also on Instagram, Facebook. You can email us as well, so check out the description box below if you want to get a hold of us in one of those ways. And of course, you can always comment below and if you have any questions about anything. Today is Thursday, April 28th, and this episode will go up on YouTube tomorrow on Friday. And we do have a shop update this week, and that will be in the shop on Saturday. I'll talk more about that in a few minutes. We have a new giveaway winner to announce. I never heard from the previous winner of the Quilter's Planner. It looks like this. I talked a lot about it on the episode 7, I believe it was. And this is a Quilter's Planner. It's a calendar planner designed for people who quilt. So the new winner is Lydia Barham. I had to draw a new winner from the last giveaway because I did not hear back from the other winner. So Lydia, congratulations. If you'll get in contact with me, just email 3bytheseadesigns@gmail.com and we will get that sent out to you. So congrats on that. Okay, so we do have some shop news. First, I just wanted to say again, from all three of us, a huge thank you to everyone who supported our Ukraine fundraiser. We have gotten all of the bags and stitch markers out that were ordered, except for the ring set, the stitch marker rings is still on pre-order, and they are actually still available if you wanted to purchase a set. We are just waiting on one thing to come in the mail, the little beads that I put onto the rings, the silver beads, and they should be here any day. So as soon as they're here, we will take that off of pre-order. So technically it is a pre-order because they won't ship out right away, but it won't be very long, maybe another week or so, I would assume, till we get them, and then we can go ahead and make the rings and finish off those. But thank you again so much to everyone who participated in that and supported us with that, your wonderful, kind comments. And we were really happy to be a part of that with you and raise that money. We already donated the first portion of the proceeds to the International Red Cross organization, and when we finish our pre-order for the ring sets, which we'll probably keep them up for maybe another week or so, and when those are all finished, then we will make our second donation. So again, thank you so much for that. We do have a shop update, like I said, coming on Saturday. That is April 30th at noon Eastern time. It will be our first summer update, and it is just stitch markers this time, no project bags, but we will have some project bags a little bit later, either the end of May. I'm not exactly sure yet when the project bag update will be, but this update is our first of our summer stitch marker update. That's a mouthful. And I'm gonna cut away in just a moment and show you the stitch markers that we have. They are absolutely adorable. We have 5 or 6 new ring sets that are so beautiful. We have lots of cute progress keepers, all summer themed, mostly summer themed, but they are ones that you will be able to enjoy all throughout the year because they are just so darn cute. So I will cut away now and do a little video of what we have coming to the shop on Saturday. Okay, so these are our new ring sets for the summer update. We have an ice cream set with pink, brown, and gold rings and a cute little ice cream Progress Keeper. All of the ring sets will come on these lobster clasps and attached with a light bulb pin to the card. We have the Mermaid set with blues, greens, pinks, purples, and this adorable rhinestone Progress Keeper, mermaid tail. We have our patriotic set with reds, silver, green, blue, white, lobster, and a red glittery star Progress Keeper. We have a camping themed set with this adorable mountain Progress Keeper that's enamel. And the rings are green, gold, brown, orange, and silver. And we have another camping set with just metal rings. They are a little bit smaller than the aluminum rings. And two of them, there's a set of 10. Two of them have the cute little dangle charms, the one that says camp and one that's a mountain. And then it comes with this cute little campfire enamel Progress Keeper. And then the last set we have is our flip-flop set. Cute, summery, bright colors for the rings. And you can get this. This one has options. You can get the pink. You can get the black flip-flop. And it will come with a black clasp. Or you can get the green flip-flop with a green lobster. All the rings will be the same colors on those, but you do have some options with that one. So those are our adorable new ring sets. I just love how they all turned out. There'll be really detailed pictures of these in the listings on Etsy. These will be available on Saturday at noon Eastern time. I really love the ice cream one. I love all of them. They're just all so unique and pretty in their own way. So those are our new summer collection of stitch markers. We are going to spread out our updates for the stitch markers. So we're doing this update on Saturday, and then in a couple of weeks, maybe 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to update again with another set, another collection. It'll also be summer related, beachy related kind of stuff. But these are just so adorable. I think we ended up with like 10 new Progress Keepers, all in different colors and shapes and sizes. Some are metal enamel, some are the resin. They're just super cute. And then we have the new ring sets like you saw in the video, and a couple of 5-piece sets. And of course, we also have the summer grab bags that are a lot of fun. So don't forget about those if you like a fun little surprise in the mail. They are not going to be anything related to our update. They're all different. So you won't get duplicates of anything. So comment below and let me know what you think of our new stitch marker collection for summer, and tell me which one's your favorite, because we love hearing your feedback on our new stuff, and we're just always curious to see which ones are your favorite of what we have. So remember, Saturday at noon Eastern time, April 30th, will be when all of the things that I just showed you are available in our Etsy shop. And it is linked down below in the box, so it's an easy way to get to our Etsy shop. So like I said, there will be some things later on in the next few weeks that we add to the shop, project bags, more stitch markers, and some other fun things that I can't talk about yet, but that are coming, I promise. So stay tuned for that. I'll always let you guys know here on the podcast. You guys will be the first to know, really. And if you follow us on Instagram, we always update everyone a couple of days before the shop update that it's coming. So, and we post lots of pictures on Instagram of things that are in the shop and things that we're working on. So definitely check out Instagram and follow us there if you do not already. Okay, so I think that's it for shop news. Let's move on to finished objects. All right, I have 2 finished objects to show you today. One of them is a knitting project, and then the other one I did dye some more yarn, so I'll show you that in just a few minutes. But the first FO I have is my Lacy Advent Cowl. I showed this on the last episode, and I was to just about here, I believe. Which side's the top? Well, it mirrors back, so it doesn't really matter which side's the top and which side's the bottom. But I was about here, so I finished this in the last couple of weeks. And I used my Advent, my 12-day Advent from Storyweaver Yarns that I got last year for Christmas. And the theme was Christmas in Narnia. And I just love how it turned out. This pattern is by Crystal T Knits, and I think I said it's the Lacy Advent Cowl. It's designed to use mini skeins, and you can use 12 minis or 24 minis. And if you use the 12 minis, then you start with, well, you can start with whatever day you want, but I started with day 1, ended up with day 12. And then I went back from 12 to day 1. So it mirrored back, and I think that looks really pretty. Let me try it on and see how it looks. So this is what it looks like on. Now this is not blocked yet, and I'm going to block it, but I'm not going to block it very aggressively because I like how squishy and I just like the feel of it right now. So I don't want to block it out too much to where it's too stretched out. So, but I love how it hugs the neck. I mean, it's not too tight, and when it's blocked, if you blocked it out truly, it could be longer. But I like how it's snug around my neck. And I think the colors looked really pretty together. And I was actually sad when this was done because I enjoyed the process of this so much. And I'm not usually a process knitter. I mean, I do enjoy the process of knitting things, very, very much so. But I love the end result, the product. I love feeling that accomplishment of getting something done, as I'm sure we all do. But I really, really, really enjoyed the process of knitting this. I liked switching colors for every section. I thought that was fun, and I don't know, I would totally make this again. It was a great pattern, very easy to read, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I will not wear it anytime soon because, as you guys know, I live in Florida, and the cold weather has, for a while now, long since passed us, but it does get cold enough to wear this at least a few times a year. So I'm just very, very happy with how it turned out. I'm going to show it up close in some detail before I'm done. It will be interesting to see. I'll take a picture of before I block it and after. I really just think once I soak it in some wool wash, I'm just going to lay it out flat and maybe give it a little tug just to kind of stretch it out a little bit. But I mean, you can see the stitches, and you can see all the different patterns in there without even blocking it. So I'm not going to aggressively block this at all. I do have lots of little scrappy leftovers from this project. So I have to go back and look at the content, the yarn content, because if there is nylon in this, and I'm almost positive there is, then I'm going to make a pair of scrappy socks out of the leftovers because I think those would be really pretty. I don't know that I would go in the same order. I might not, but I have to check in first and make sure that there's some nylon in here so I can make some scrappy socks with that. But that is my finished object. My second finished object for this week, I did dye some more yarn, and it was so fun, and I'm really excited to show it to you. And I forgot to mention, I'm in a different spot this week. Normally, I podcast over in that corner in front of a different bookshelf, but I thought, why am I not podcasting in front of my yarn? So I kind of redid my little yarn stash area, and I put all of my stash up here in my bookshelf. It takes up, let's see, 1, 2, 3, pretty much 4 shelves between all of it. And it's a lot of stash, but I will probably use, I enjoy looking at it, and I use stash yarn a lot, so I don't mind having a huge stash. It's really pretty to look at and to dream of all the different things you could make with everything. And then when you need something quick for a project, it's great to have. So this is my little yarn stash area. Over here is a smaller bookshelf with all of my notions and I store all my project bags over here. And it's just a nice little place for me to sit and knit. So I thought, why am I not podcasting in front of this area instead of over there? I think maybe the lighting was better over there initially when I started this, and I hadn't kind of redone my stash bookshelf yet. So I don't know, I guess I just wasn't ready. But so this is probably where I will be from now on when I do the future podcasts. So anyway, let's move on to the yarn dyeing. So I did dye a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but quite a few things of yarn this week. I really enjoyed doing it. I'm gonna cut away to a video and show you all of the beautiful things. So this is the yarn that I dyed this week. I played around with a lot of color. These are DK weight. They're 100% Peruvian wool, non-superwash, and they're 20 gram minis. So I just did 3 different shades. It's hard to tell, but this is the darkest to the lightest. And I think that's the darker one. Non-superwash is kind of hard to get color just right, but the purple turned out really good, the 2 different tones. And then this peachy color. It does not look peach on screen, but it's definitely peach. So there's 10 20-gram minis of that. Then I dyed this set. I think these turned out so pretty. Pinks and some darker red colors, purples, even some blue and grayish tones, orange. These are a worsted weight actually. They're 100% superwash merino, worsted weight 20-gram minis. They just turned out so pretty. It's really hard to see the colors on camera. I love this sort of coral color. And they all have different elements of the other colors in them. I don't even know that I would be able to recreate this. I could try, but I don't know that I would be able to. This one's really pretty too. And then I dyed this set. This looks so mermaidy to me. It has a green base, sort of like an emerald green base. And then it has purples, pinks, golds. It's just beautiful. There's a little bit of blue in there too. And it's on this sparkly base. So this is a fingering weight. This is 70% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 10% stellina. And it sparkles so pretty. And then, believe it or not, left over in the pot, because this purple color, where's it at? This sort of pinky purple color does not like to exhaust at all. So when I took these out, when they were done, there was quite a bit of like a pinky color left over, and I wasn't sure what it would look like on yarn. So I put this in just to sort of soak up the rest of that dye, and it turned out this beautiful sort of like pink color, but it definitely has a purple shade to it. It's very, very pretty. And unique too, because it was just leftover dye that I used. So, and I thought it actually looks really nice. It's getting a yellow color from my lamp there. Thought it looked really nice together with that green. So that's the yarn I dyed this week. I'm having so much fun dyeing all the yarn. It's, you know, like I've said before, it's such hard work, but it's fun at the same time. And I love to experiment with different colors and just like throw a color in the pot and see what it'll look like. I'm not afraid, because you know you can always over dye it with another color. Like there was one in here that I wasn't happy with. I think it was this, it was turning out way too gray. And so I added the pink and orange to it, and it just came out perfect. So if you're ever not happy with a color that you dye, you could just add color to it. So let me know what you think of the yarn I dyed this week. I was really happy with how it all turned out. Some of these may be gifts for someone that I can't really say yet, but I dyed extras of them, so these are mine to keep. So what did you think of the yarn? It's definitely a lot of color this week, a lot more variegated and speckly kind of colors than I dyed previously in last week's episode. But I just was really happy with how they turned out. This set surprised me so much with how much I love it, because I don't even know why, but I was just you know, I was just experimenting with some colors and mixing colors together that I didn't normally think would go well together. And I just was really happy with how they turned out. This is, like I said, a worsted weight set of 20-gram minis. So then there's 10 of them. And I don't know, I was just really, really happy. I think they all coordinate well together. And if you have any ideas on what this could be, there's 10 20-gram minis and they're worsted weight. So I have 200 grams of worsted weight yarn here. This could be something so fun. So I don't know. I'll have to look around at some pattern ideas for that. And then this set with the mermaidy color and this pink sort of like just one of a kind, I thought look so well, they work well together, these colors. And I was just really happy with how these turned out. Again, just experimenting with some colors, and I know summer's coming up, so I thought it would be fun to have a mermaidy color to make something with. And I love the sparkle base. Definitely a sparkle base fan, the Stellina fan. So let me know what you guys think of the yarn. All right, let's move on to whips. I have a whip that is actually in timeout at the moment because I messed up and I had to I had to rip back to a certain spot. So you guys know I've shown these on previous episodes. They're a plain vanilla sock project, and I have the first one finished. I've shown these quite a bit, so I will run through this quickly. And I actually got to all the way to the very end. I got to right here on this sock. I was almost to the point where I was going to add in these stripes, and I was sitting in the car line at my son's school, and I was looking at the sock, and I was on the foot, and I was like, wow, this looks a lot smaller than my other sock. And I was like, well, I didn't think, I thought maybe I was just imagining it. So, but I got the other sock out and I held them up to see if the size was the same, and it wasn't. It was about at least about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch smaller in the width of the foot. And I was like, well, you know, what the heck happened? So I'm looking and I realized that when I made the heel of the second sock, I decreased too many times down to a 64 stitch. So I made these a size large in a 72, I cast on 72 stitches for these. And because I'm using a size 1 needle, and I thought since it's just plain vanilla, I was trying to play around with sizes. Normally I knit 64 stitches. And see, this sock has me all flustered because I had to rip it back. But anyway, so when I made the heel, when I decreased back to go back down, instead of decreasing back to 72 stitches on the needles, I decreased down to 64 stitches on the needle. And it was funny, when I was making the heel of this sock, I thought there was like extra stitches that I had to pick up, and I'm like, why am I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, I decreased too much, messed up the heel, and then continued on, because I didn't realize what I had done, obviously. I continued on with the foot and was knitting a 64 stitch count, and obviously I don't want to have two different size socks. So I ripped back all the way from before the heel, and I think I need to do a few rows and then start the heel again. So I don't make mistakes like that too often, especially with socks, especially a plain vanilla sock, but this heel is still kind of new to me. So, and I was just on autopilot, I guess, when I was decreasing, as far as autopilot, as far as going back down to 64 stitches. So I don't know. We all make mistakes, right? But this is just a plain vanilla sock. The yarn is by Murray Wool Goods and the colorway Intergalactic. It's a super fun, bright pops of neon color. I love it. I put it in timeout only because I had already started another sock project, and so I thought, well, let me finish those first, and then I will come back to this one when I'm not mad at myself for having to redo that whole part. Because had I not messed up, these would be an FO that I had to show you today. So that is my first whip. Just wanted to let you guys know that it was pretty painful to rip that back. However, I kept telling myself, it's just a sock. You know, it's a relatively small project, so ripping out a sock is not nearly as painful as having to redo like color work or a sweater or something like that. So, craziness. The second project that I'm working on is a shawl. It's the Noelani shawl by Dobratz. I showed this on the last episode, and I haven't made a ton of progress on it, but I did make some progress, a few inches. So let me show you this. I'm using a slub yarn and a mohair yarn together, striping it. I really enjoy working on this. Last time I was here, where this cute little bunny progress keeper is. Hopefully you can see that. We have this bunny flower in the shop. It was part of our spring update, and it is still available. Super, super cute. And it's really lightweight. I mean, you can see it does not hold down your project at all. And this is, you know, a fairly light project as well. So I love having him on there to show, or her, I don't know. I love having it on there to show. So I have gotten a few inches done, and I talked about this in length on the last podcast because I did change the way I'm doing the edging on the sides. That's the only modification I have made, is the edging. And I started off one way and didn't like how it was going, but instead of ripping it out, I just changed it right around here. I changed it, and so I kept going with the new way I'm doing the edging. Like I said, I talked about this a lot in the last episode, so I won't go into detail on the edging again, but if you're interested in making this and you want to do a different edging, go check out the episode 8. I'm using the slub yarn is by Cornbread and Honey. I've never used slub yarn before, but I'm having fun with it. I love the texture that it gives. And the mohair is by Beachy Breeze Yarns. I'll have everything that I talk about, all the shops, linked in the description box, so you can check them out if you're interested. But yeah, so this is the top. And you just work your way down. It's a paid for pattern, so I'm not going to say too much about the construction of it, but you can see the stripes are getting bigger with the slub yarn. And it's just really comfy and cozy. I like working on it. I think because of the mohair, it just takes a little bit longer. It's lace weight, and so I haven't, plus since I was finishing my Advent cowl, I hadn't worked on this a ton, but this will be my new nighttime project to work on, because it's, I mean, you have the pattern memorized somewhat as far as the increases. And for the increases, I have these really pretty ring stitch markers. And I was saying on the last episode that these rings are really helpful when you need to mark where you're going to do your increases. And these are the rings that we have available in our shop update on Saturday. Not these specific colors, but this same type of ring. And they're nice because they don't get in the way of anything. They don't dangle. You know, they're easy to move because they have the bead glued on, so they're easy to grip, even though they're tiny. So they're perfect for this type of project. I mean, I use them on my socks, my sock projects. I use them on everything. So that is my Noelani shawl. A little bit of progress on it, right? Okay, so my last whip to show you is a new cast on. It is a pair of socks, and I have it in this adorable project bag that my mom gave me. This is probably one of the first designs that we ever did with a sock size bag. And she had it just, I guess, left over. It was sort of like a prototype. I don't even know if we ever actually put these in the shop, but I love the colors and how summery it is. And I have this cute little mermaid charm that I am using as a zipper pull. This is a pair of socks, and I'm using the April Yarnable subscription colorway, and the colorway was called Mermazing. It looks like this, and it truly is mermazing with these blues and purples and sort of aqua colors. I love it. So, and I'm making these 2 at a time. Let me show them to you. Right now I am on the Gusset Decreases, so I have them turned sideways basically. I like when I'm using magic loop, I like when I'm doing the gusset part, the decreases, I like to orient the sock basically sideways. Because it's easier for me to do the decreases that way. So this pattern is fantastic. It is by Kneedles and Life, and it's called the Mermaid Tail Socks. I made these, I used this pattern last year. I think it was last summer. And I loved it. So I thought with this yarn, it's just perfect for this pattern. And it does look like a mermaid's tail. And because of all of the mermaid stuff, of course, I had to use our Mermaid Progress Keeper. And then I have one of our green glitter balls on the other sock, and I'm thoroughly enjoying these. The only thing I will say that I don't particularly love is doing them 2 at a time. I don't know why, but I do sometimes get second sock syndrome. So I thought, well, and because this is a pattern sock, not just a plain vanilla, I thought, let me Let me do them two at a time so they come out exactly the same. So I'm using, again, those little ring stitch markers that we have to mark where I do my decreases. These just come in so handy, these little rings. And what else? I'm just really enjoying it. I love these are like perfect, these are my colors, like perfect for me. Purple's my favorite color, and I just love the look of these. I love this heel. This is a heel where you do like a pearl ridge, and I've never actually done this heel before. So that's interesting because it's new to me. I mean, it's basically a regular heel flap, heel turn, and then the gusset, you pick up the stitches, but you just do the heel flap a little bit differently. It's not a slip stitch heel, but I love the look of it. So these are my mermaid tail socks. These will probably be done by the next podcast because I've just really been enjoying them very much. I love the yarn. I am using a size 1.5, US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter needle on these because I cast on the 64 stitch, the size medium, and I just thought with the pattern for me, for my foot, I might want to make them a little bit on a little bit bigger. It's like the 72 count is too big, the 64 count is a little snug, so I just figured I'll do 64 count with a tiny bit bigger needle. They're the Chow needles, red lace, and we'll see how they fit. Something important that I forgot to mention about these is that at the top and on the toe, I'm going to use a contrast color. So I went into my stash of row 1 minis and I found this. It's just a little 10-gram mini in this cute contrasting color. And so I used it I cast on with that color. And I used, I cast on and did 2 rounds, I think, in the ribbing. And then I started the main colorway. And then hopefully I'll have enough of this. I have to weigh it and see, but I want to do the toes in this color also. So hopefully I'll have enough. If not, we'll just have this little pop of contrast color at the top. But I think it's a cute little pop of color at the top. I definitely wouldn't have had enough to do both of the heels, so I thought it would be cute to do it at the top and then again on the toe. So I forgot to mention that. Okay, so I do have one thing of Happy Mail to show you. I got my Avery Lane Creations, I guess it's April subscription. But the exciting thing is that I haven't even looked at it yet. I just cut the bag open, so this is going to be a true unboxing of this subscription. And it's going to be a little bit crinkly, so I will try to edit the crinkle parts out. So this is the Avery Lane Creations April subscription. And it says Girls Night. The colorways this month are inspired by colors you would see during a girls' night. Whether it's a girls' night in or a girls' night out, you know it's going to be colorful and fun. So let's look at the yarn and the goodies. All right, so here is the yarn. This colorway is called Giggle Juice. It's a DK weight, 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. So pretty. I love it. Sorry. Love it, love it. This is her logo. And all of the goodies, they just fell on the floor, so hang on. So the goodies this month are the yarn, a project bag, matching notions pouch and hook sleeve from the threaded pair, a Bath & Body Works hand sanitizer, and a Brecon triangle cowl crochet along inside the Yarn Club Facebook group. That is super cool. There's a quote on the back of this that says, "Cupcakes are muffins that believed in miracles." That's so funny. All right, let's look at the extras. So this is the project bag. It's super cute. It's by the Threaded Pair. And it's this cute material. It's thick inside too. And then inside the bag is a little notions pouch. That is so cute. A matching little notions pouch. And a hook sleeve. Ooh. Hook sleeve. I'm not sure what a hook sleeve is. Oh, I guess just a little, it's like a clear plastic sleeve that you can put your crochet hooks in. Or you could put knitting needles in this as well. That would totally fit. So that is so cool. I had no idea that there was going to be a project bag in there. And then the Bath & Body Works hand sanitizer, champagne toast. How cute is that for this month? Oh my gosh. I love it all. I truly love it all. The yarn is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And the project bag's beautiful too. And this is a perfect, like, sock size project bag. And it has a drawstring. And I'll probably cinch up like that. That is super, super cute. So, and then there's also a cowl crochet along going on in the private Facebook group for subscription box members. And I just joined that group, I think like a week ago or so. So I haven't been able to venture into it too much. And I probably won't join this crochet along this time, but she's always doing, the dyer's name is Nikki, and she's always doing like fun things in her Facebook group. So if you're looking for a cool subscription, a monthly subscription box, definitely check out Avery Lane Creations. And she does options. I think you can get either fingering weight, DK weight, or worsted weight for your choice of the yarn. So that's exciting. So fun. And I liked doing that not live, but I liked doing that where I hadn't seen it yet. So it's truly a surprise. Let's talk about what's next. I think my goal is, I haven't worked on my Radvent cardigan in like a month, mainly because I had to dye one more skein of yarn. And I did that last time I podcast, I had it ready to go, and I still haven't worked on it. So I'm like, there's a couple of sweaters that I want to make, but I'm not going to start them until I finish that cardigan. So I'm over halfway done with it too. I'm just on a sleeve, and I don't know. So that's my goal for the next 2 weeks, is to finish my Radvent cardigan. And what else is next? We are doing the shop update on Saturday with the stitch markers, the summer update, and then there will be some updates throughout the next couple of months as well. So I think that's it as far as all the knitting and yarny goodness. There is a few life things that I wanted to share with you. My daughter, Olivia, she is 19 years old, and she just moved out into her very first apartment, and it's such a sort of bittersweet thing for me. I have a little cube that she gave me for Christmas, and I wanted to show you. This is her when she graduated from high school last year. She goes to our local community college here where we live, and she has a roommate that she's living with, one of her girlfriends, and it's just, I don't know, it feels so weird for her to not be here, but she's been wanting to venture out on her own for quite a while now. Look at her when she was little. Oh, I'm gonna get teary-eyed just talking about it. I'm really proud of her though, because she has, look, this is me and her dad when she was just a couple of weeks old. But I'm really proud of her because she's so much like me. She's very independent, and she researched everything on her own. Her and her roommate went and looked around at all of the apartments in our town and found one that's safe but reasonably priced. So so she's been gone for a little over a week now, and it's so weird. She texts me all the time, tells me how much she misses me, and I don't know, it's just, like I said, it's a very bittersweet thing because I'm happy for her and proud of her, but I'm also very sad. But she only lives like 5 to maybe 10 with traffic minutes away. So it's not like she's too far away. She does want to, when she's almost finished with her 2-year degree, because she had taken so many college classes in high school. So when she's finished with that, she wants to move to Orlando and go to UCF, which is University of Central Florida. And so that will be really hard when she's, you know, an hour and a half away opposed to just 5 minutes away. But I don't know, it's been really like just a bittersweet thing for me to not have her here all the time. My son and I are both like, oh, it's so quiet and weird. I mean, she was always gone anyway, working and going to school, so, but to have her here every night, you know, and now not have that, it's definitely been interesting. Not really too much else going on here other than that. The next episode is our 10th episode, so it's kind of a special milestone. So I think we're gonna do a giveaway on the next episode. I don't know if it will be, I don't know what it will be yet, but it'll be something really cool. So stay tuned for that. I really enjoy doing this and talking to you all, and the comments that you guys leave are just, they're so fun to read and to respond to and just get to know you all. And if you like this episode and you like the channel, then definitely subscribe, and so you'll get to see every time we upload a new one, you'll get a notification for it on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful 2 weeks, and I will see you soon. Bye! Let's try that again. Podcast. This is episode 9, and no. That sounds stupid. I also drew and I do have lots. Sorry, dropped my notes.